Guys, this might sound brutal, but we have this president here spinning some facts. Um, what he said was, I think, was probably the bravest president to see the truth, because basically you have to have a certain amount of force if you want to enforce certain policies. Basically, the problem with Europe now, Europe is wanting to enforce something, but they don't have enough force to do it. So basically, Europe, the first mistake they didn't spend enough money on military. It's simple. They had to be pushed by Trump to, to up the spending, knowing that they are in war against Russia, which is ridiculous. And then they come and act like if Russia, for example, attack Greenland, like they will be able to defend that, or China, because China is also a rising power. It's the future superpower. So you'd rather act now, you'd rather handle it to a stronger ally than wait 20 years and hand it to an enemy. So basically, you have to be visionary, and emotions doesn't work on international relations with countries, because when you have a ballistic missile warhead or nuclear warhead above your head, the missile won't wait whether you love somebody or it's brutal world. It's not a green garden. It just turns around force and interest, and you have to have enough force to match your policies. If you don't have enough force, you can be like, it will hurt your ego, but it's just reality, bro. I mean, for example, you would wish for your country to be the conqueror of the world or something like. But if you are in USA, choose you have enough force. You will do the same thing, bro. Let's be real. Europe colonized the whole of Africa, almost everybody, and even the people, even the countries they weren't able to colonize, they enforced what you call them, protectorate, right? So basically, when you have force, they also did the same thing to USA when the balance of force was the opposite. So basically, if Europe was strong enough, they will do the exact same thing. They will take over probably USA or some other territories. But the reality of Europe is a old, stinking nation. To be real with you, because you have youth living on public service, on public aid. Most, I won't say all of them, but most, or at least half, let's say, they don't have the will to work, or to build a future. So basically, all this force that Europe has now is accumulated from the parents and the grandparents of the current generations, and from the accumulated force. So basically, it's not like Europe is becoming stronger, strategic point, if you compare it to other major countries. So basically, even some African countries are rising faster than Europe, which is ridiculous. So yeah, basically Europe, and you have, for example, Spain taking in, like yesterday they took 500K new immigrants, 500,000 new immigrants, to denormalize like their papers and everything, to keep the country running, because they don't have enough youth, they don't have enough workforce. So basically, Europe is almost half colonized already. You have a lot of immigrants, you have a lot of, um, weird stuff. They accept some weird stuff. They have a lot of bureaucracy. Bro, you have to take positive criticism if you want to evolve and to fix these problems. But if you just keep ego tripping and and ignore them, force will enforce itself on you, and reality will hit you, slap you hard, man. Let's be real. If there was no USA, Europe won't even survive the Ukraine attack. So yeah, man, basically this attack served put into to put on surface a lot of issues that weren't like on the surface, between the West itself. They made them realize that at the end of the day, they are not as strong as they think. You have, like, what, Europe has like 2 or 400 nuclear warhead, or 500 between France and UK. So basically, yeah, boy, Russia alone have like 7,000 or 8,000 warhead, bro. You have to respect that force will enforce itself, and it's a matter of time. So you have to build first of all, your independence militarily first. You have to build industries. You have to build economic independence. If you don't have that already, just you will pay the price. It's simple. So Europe, at the moment we are talking, like the biggest spending country is only Poland, which is 5% on military budget. Others are so low. There's somebody with 2%, some countries 2%, which is ridiculous, and considering the geopolitical issues and the wars that we are in. Yeah, bro, it's just ridiculous. The reality hurts, but there's a difference between emotions and ego and force, because countries run around force and interests. If we have to, do some things, because either you will handle it to a stronger ally, or you will continue being weak and acting like you are tough. But countries can see that Putin is not a student. He will fuck you, bro. If he found the opportunity, he won't hesitate. So yeah, and this is only the beginning. If Europe doesn't act fast, if they don't, fix this stinking old, pyramids, because you have like average ages are too high. There's immigrants coming in. Europe is thinking. There have to be some brave decisions. There have to be some spending decisions. Corruption. There is some corruption in Europe. Let's be real here. Yeah, bro. It just there's so many problems that have to be fixed. And if you don't accept that, you will just keep sinking. If you stay on your ego dogmas, you will just keep sinking. So yeah, this is the reality, unfortunately. Basically the balance of force shifted, and what Europe was doing to the world 400 years ago, 300 years ago, 200, basically it's done to them now by other countries. Bullying countries just bully each other, and strength is only factor that matter. You have four elements of a strong country: you have military, you have media, you have political influence, and you have diplomacy, how much work you can do. But if you don't have those elements as strong as they should be, you will pay the price. It's simple. I think that's the reasons behind this Poland prime minister saying what he said, because I think he's being pragmatic and realistic, not emotional or going after the ego trip that, for example, Macron have with this sunglasses, which is pretty ridiculous. You cannot act tough when you have enough force. For example, sending 50 troops to Greenland is ridiculous. I found it like it's more embarrassing than if they didn't do it. Like instead of sending 300k soldier or something, isn't like 50 troops, which is ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure they handed it to him under the table, or at least they've done some concessions. Bro, it's just reality, and the world will keep moving.